Everyone, my name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater. And Netflix is probably the most elusive bitch in all of Hollywood when it comes to dealing with metrics and analytics, right? Everyone is trying to look at everything to determine whether or not something is successful on Netflix, whether something is going to get another season. And because they're so cagey about all that data, a lot of it's left open to interpretation. In fact, many people have speculated that the reason why the Marvel Netflix shows are being canceled is because there just isn't enough audience engagement. In fact, looking at this list that Netflix put out today, they reveal what was most binge watched and nothing of Marvel made it on there, which I find to be very odd considering the fact that according to some of these people who are looking at things from a social media perspective, Daredevil was the fourth most popular show on Netflix, yet it was still canceled. But anyway, looking at this 2018 most binge shows and most rewatched original films does give us an insight as to where things are right now with Netflix and maybe where they're going to be changing up the demographics and moving things forward in the next couple of years. So it says, heading towards another year of streaming growth, Netflix has offered a few tidbits of viewing data, naming The Kissing Booth its most rewatched original movie and On My Block as its most binged original show. Measuring global viewing data between January 1st and November 28th, the tech giant came well short of providing actionable rating style information on who was watching what. The press release had more high-spirited holiday tone, also ranking the actors from whose Instagram profiles got the biggest boost in followers. Now, see, to me, that's weird. Why would Netflix sit there and go, we want to tell you who did the best on Instagram? Because obviously who's going to be the best on Instagram is who's going to be able to pimp the shows. And if the shows get pimped on Instagram, then it could, again, it's all viewers, it's all ratings, it's all kind of crap. But I don't care about that. I want hard data for who's watching what, not who's getting the most love on Insta. What is this, a Jake Paul video? I mean, what the hell? Anyway. Now, echoing sentiments of executives recently, the release said half of all viewers who watched The Kissing Booth and To All the Boys I've Loved Before rewatched them at least once. To other repeatable favorite, the company said Roxanne. While Netflix produced top 10 lists of shows and stars, it limited its original movies to ranking 3 titles. The Kissing Booth became a key talking point for Chief Content Officer Ted Sarandos, who's pointed with pride to the fact that many Netflix subscribers have never heard of the young, skewing romantic comedy. Serving various audiences with niche content remains a key part of the streaming service's strategy, especially going into the Disney Plus service. Right. I saw an article today on Forbes that was basically saying pull out of Netflix. If you've got stock, they've hit a wall and it's only going to drop down, showing that over the course of the past few months that their stock has dropped. But what we're seeing here is them focusing on the type of content that's going to bring in the most viewers, at least according to what they're going to show with us publicly. Now, we also don't know if any of this is legitimate. We have no idea if any of this is real. It could be faked. It could be. It's probably not. I will give them the absolute benefit of the doubt. Why would they lie about this? But I do feel there are a couple things that could be lies via omission. Again, Daredevil, according to some experts, is the 4th most popular show on Netflix. If that's the case, why isn't that put on here? Now, the list itself goes from January 1st to November 28th, and Daredevil Season 3 dropped at the 3rd week of October. So again, how much of that's going to be binged or rewatched or things like that? And would the data be able to back it up? So I think it's kind of a bit of a skewed thing, so to speak, right? Now, anyway, among the series on binge list which reflect the highest average watch time per viewing session are the Golden Globe nominated The Bodyguard. 3 of the top 6 most binge shows are nonfiction. Now, The Bodyguard came off of BBC and that came to Netflix with the first season, and apparently it's really good. It's making the tops of everybody's lists. It was the season 1 finale was like the most watched show, I think, in the last couple years on BBC. So apparently it's really good. I've seen it on there. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. Now, I don't care about the top 5 people with the who gives a shit about Instagram. Oh, Hannah Gadsby for Nanette. Jesus, that's not even funny. It's just terrible. Now, the most binge shows are On My Block, Making a Murderer Part 2, which makes sense considering that in 2015, in the fall of 2015, when Making a Murderer came to Netflix, that 10-episode series, then that shit was binged. That was binged. Part 2 came out when I had family in town, so I didn't get to binge it that weekend, and I have not been able to get to it. It is on my list of things to watch. I will hope to get to it soon. 13 Reasons Why Season 2 makes absolute sense, considering that 13 Reasons Why was so binge-watched that schools actually came out issuing notices saying you cannot talk about this show at school because we're afraid that it's going to lead to people actually committing suicide. Like, there was a big fear about that. So they made a season 2 off of a book that didn't have a part 2, and apparently it's not as good. There's Last Chance U Indie. Don't know what that is. Bodyguard, as I already talked about. Fastest Car. Okay. Isn't that the one that's like kind of like, I forget the other one. Anyway, you've got The Haunting of Hill House, which apparently is amazingly scary. I have, again, not had the chance to watch it yet. And with an E, the new season of that, my girlfriend has binge watched that show a couple times now. I've seen a few episodes. It's really good. Insatiable, probably because of the controversy surrounding Insatiable. If you recall, that was, I think, Debbie Allen, whatever her name is, going from fat to beauty queen and becoming kind of a bitch. And then like, it's, oh my God, it's just the fat acceptance crowd got all mad about it and everything else. And so people were, again, Streisand effect. The Streisand effect comes into play here. And then, of course, you got Orange is the Black Season 6, which makes a lot of sense because it was one, I think that in House of Cards from 2013 were the first 2 Netflix shows that hit, right? Those are the big ones from 2013, the two big pushes. And as a result of that, yes, they ended up, they're going to get a lot of love. Unfortunately, there's no, F is for Family. There's no Big Mouth. There's no American Vandal. There's a lot of these shows that came out were shows that came out relatively recently. Anyway, I'm leaving it to you guys. What is your favorite show on Netflix that came out this year? And what do you guys think is going to be the best shows coming out on Netflix in the next year? And do you plan on keeping your subscription if the Marvel shows all go away? I'm just curious to know your thoughts on this. Let me know down in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been 3 Buck Theater. If you guys made it this far, please type Netflix into the chat 'cause I want to hear it. Also, you can always head over to our voicemail line at 818-350-3281. That's 818-350-3281. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day and peace out.